Hello and welcome to Big Bang. I'm Pratibha, and first up, while recent incidents have raised serious questions on safety of students at school, here is one school which has a unique way of ensuring their female students feel safe. Take a look. This is one of the few private schools in the country with an all-female staff. With the recent case of atrocities against women and children making rounds, parents of these students feel safe sending their kids to school. From teachers including physical education instructors to security personnel and even school bus drivers, the female force in this school has instilled a sense of comfort and safety among the students.
There's not male faculties only over here. We have like sports teachers also female, and then library teacher, then driver. When female faculty is there, we have kind of confidence that we can stay safe.
From kindergarten to class 10th, the all-female staff mans hundreds of students. The only men seen on the premises, apart from the male students, are the chairman during the day and 2 security guards during the night. At this school though, the girls themselves feel more comfortable interacting with the women, be it regarding academics or otherwise. Lady caretakers are available for any student in need of help. Even the buses which take them home have a female driver and a lady supervisor.
Girls can feel very safety because male staffs, girls get like they feel somewhat they hesitate to speak to male staffs, but here it's not like that. Every field you can see in every faculty fields you can see female staffs where girls feel very free to speak, and we are very free to speak to our management staffs and the principal. We get 15 days once we can speak to the principal and the CEO of our school. That's really good.
The students can interact with the CEO and management directly and put forth their complaints and suggestions. Surprisingly though, the management had not planned to have an all-female staff when they started out. It was a coincidence that a majority of the recruits were women, and the school decided to persist with it. 3 years down the line, both the school management and the parents are a happy lot.
For the safety purposes of the children, you are seeing ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು issues ಇದೆ. So I think as a management we had to take some step, and we felt this could be better this thing. And so we have recruited maximum lady staff here, and we are seeing that parents are quite happy with our safety. Every corner of the school is covered with CC camera, and we have a person who will be monitoring it. All the 12 hours in school it is monitored, and ಎಲ್ಲ recording ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ.
Another important security measure that the school claims to have implemented is absolute CCTV coverage. During school hours, the premises are said to be under constant surveillance with staff looking out for students. Any misbehavior, be it on the part of students or the employees, is recorded in these cameras. The students state that it adds to their sense of safety, knowing that any wrongdoer will be easily traced.
There's CCTV cameras and all over the school there's CCTV cameras, and in front of the gate also there's CCTV cameras which observes what we are doing. And anyone trying to take away anyone also from our school, anyone from our school are being taken away or something, that will be shot in the camera.
Though having an all-female staff doesn't ensure absolute safety, the management and students of this school definitely feel safe. Shobha Jojiga for News 9, Bengaluru. And after much hue and cry over lack of action against the authorities of Vibgyor High, the school's chairman has been arrested.
Accountability seems to have finally come into picture as the police have held Rustom Kherawala responsible for Vibgyor management's negligence. A special team from Bengaluru tracked down the chairman in Daman and Diu last night. He was immediately taken into custody and will be brought to Bengaluru for further investigations. Kherawala was arrested for allegedly concealing information and trying to destroy evidence. The chairman has been charged under various sections of IPC, including IPC 201, obstruction and manipulation of investigations. He might also be questioned for his attempt to shield the offender. He's also been booked under Juvenile Justice Act for an attempt to hide the crime. Kherawala has also been charged under the POCSO Act or Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. No background check seems to have been done on Mustafa before hiring him as assistant in 2011. Mustafa, who was recently arrested, was fired from another private school for inappropriate behavior towards female students. Many have even stated that the horrifying rape could have been averted if the management had bothered to run a background check on the accused. But that is not all. CCB cops arrived at the school in Marathahalli today and took 3 male staff into custody. Investigation seemed to be picking up pace after the pressure from the public and media is mounting on Bengaluru police. Bengaluru police finally seem to be taking action against the school management for failing to ensure student safety. It is worth mentioning that these steps have come only after public outrage against their sluggish pace. But the new police commissioner is here to put an end to it. He has stated that the city police henceforth will be given strict directions on how to proceed with someone attempting to register a complaint.
Many a time there could be sub-inspectors, assistant sub-inspectors or even a head constable in charge of the police station. Clear instructions have been given. They will be sternly dealt if there is any sort of delay in registering a case. They shall register cases freely and absolutely without any delay. Please bring it to our knowledge. Whenever such a thing happens, we have given very, very strict instructions and there shall be no delay. Not only in these kind of cases, any other kind of cases.
While only one accused in the case has been arrested, the other culprit, along with a few others who have been suspected of helping them, are still at large. But with investigations picking up pace, parents of the students of Vibgyor now hope that the miscreants are weeded out and the children return to a safe environment. Deepak Bopanna for News 9, Bengaluru.
An outrage over the rape of a 6-year-old schoolgirl spilled onto the streets of the city, with protesters demanding action from the sleeping state government. Bengalurians are demanding justice and quickly take a look.
Bangalore? Rape. Is it the only news you are having?
Chief Minister Siddaramaiah yesterday questioned the intention of the media in covering rape cases. This comment of the Chief Minister has brought him a lot of flack as Bengalurians took to protest condemning his statement.
ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ನಡೆಯುವಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳಾಗಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ಬೇಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವರು ತನಗೇನು ಸಂಬಂಧವೇ ಇಲ್ಲದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾನೂನು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಸುಮಾರು 5,000ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೋದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕಾನೂನು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ರಾಜ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತೊಲಗಿ ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವರು ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಗ್ರಹ ಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
The ABVP staged a huge protest with over thousands of students shouting slogans against the Chief Minister. The protest that began at Sheshadri Road's Freedom Park was interrupted by police personnel near the JDS office. Protesters tried to overpower the police and make their way towards the Chief Minister's residence. But the police stopped the protesters and took their leaders into custody. This created more havoc amongst the students. However, after a while, they settled amidst the tension and continued to protest against the government. The protests came to a close after the police assured the protesters that some of them would be allowed to meet the Chief Minister.
A massive group of ABVP protesters are out here. This is a face-off between the protesters and the police. The protesters seeking that Bengaluru be made safer. They are making allegations against the government's failure regarding curtailing the incidents of rape. And here they are protesting. Huge numbers of ABVP protesters. They have come in all the way from Freedom Park down here. And in a face-off, all the protesters, they are blocked by police. A huge wall of policemen on the other side. Now they cannot proceed beyond that point. So this is a kind of a standoff between the police and the protesters. What we see here is that protesters challenging the police on this issue of rape. But can these protests really bring down the incidents of rape is a big question. Yes, of course, we have seen very similar incidents in Delhi, where soon after the incident there was this huge number of protests seeking an end to rape. But rapes have continued. Do we need more than this is a big question, or are protests alone enough?
While Freedom Park echoed with protests, the Sankey Tank area saw silent protests from the students of HKE College. They condemned the government's inaction against the rapists. Students of Vijaya College also staged a huge protest near the South End Circle in Jayanagar. The sea of students that gathered to show their outrage blocked the traffic at the South End Circle for a while. While one part of Bengaluru resounded with protests from students, a social group of women and girls called the Fighters came to the aid of parents of kids in Vibgyor school. The group that is fighting for the safety of women has planned a silent march demanding the immediate arrest of culprits.
So Saturday we have a protest march which is starting from, it's a silent protest again. We don't believe in any political engagements and all of that. We are just asking the management and the authorities and the governing authorities to take strict action, get these people behind the bars.
The whole of Bengaluru is demanding justice for the victims. They want the government to be proactive and take strict action. So will the government pay heed to these protests is a question that remains to be answered. With Bansi Kalapa, Deepak Bopana for News 9.